Hearthstone just disappeared from the stream, but now it's there. Okay, so you have the decklist on the right, and my take on it was I will run into a lot of Zoo, I suppose, and maybe Druid, but Zoo tends to be good against Druid, and maybe Patron Warrior, and I think all of them are working well with being greedy and having 2 Sea Giants in a Zoo deck. Actually, I think that's a pretty decent hand. I can deal 4 damage with this Squire alone, and then it can still deal 2 damage. I can kill jugglers, I can kill almost anything. And like if it's handlock and he doesn't play something turn 1 or 2, I can coin out Gang Boss on 3. But he does, okay. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I still think I open with Squire though. I could coin Direwolf Alpha, but if he has some attack buff thing, like Alpha, like abusive, like I have, then he can simply kill it and that's still alive. Like the worst case is probably he hits and has Mortal Coil, but not many Zoo lists tend to run Mortal Coil nowadays, I think. Otherwise he will hit it, it's down to 2, and then it trades 1 for 1 with one of these cards. Still the best I can get, I think. So, I haven't played the last 2 or 3 days, so I just try to figure out what's popular at the moment, and I think Zoo is, and so is... Oh, there's my first Sea Giant. And I also, because of Imp Gang Boss, and then there's probably Druid, because Colento hit rank 1 with Druid yesterday. And then there is Patron Warrior, because some other dude hit Red Legend rank 1 with Patron Warrior and an A. And it got pretty popular. So that's my take on it. So I want to try Zoo to either overwhelm both more mid-range oriented decks and counter Zoo with Sea Giants. And I'm a little bit greedier with my list and run Big Game Hunter and Sylvanas just to make sure that I'm not totally lost against control and such. So my choice, I think I want to play the Alpha to trade, because the Sergeant dies to his knife. Another way of going is Imp Gang Boss, but this leaves up these 2 guys.
So many possibilities.
I fight.
Actually, now that I think about it, another line might have been Owl coin abusive to kill the juggler, but then there would have still been... Wait, this 1-2, yeah. And the 1-2 could have killed both these minions, but it would have traded 1 for 1. He couldn't Argus, so that's probably another line of play. That's solid. Maybe 2 Sea Giants is too much. I didn't refine the list, but that's a pretty weak turn 3 though, because I can simply trade here. I could coin Argus, but this doesn't survive anyways, so I can simply do it like this. I wanted to include 2 Direwolf Alphas, which wasn't as easy as I thought it would be, but I ended up cutting 1 Shredder. I wanted to make a very sticky and tokenish board with all the attack buffs I could put in. Like I said, it wasn't that easy. Interesting. So I can kill this if I want to. It would require me to play both Argus and Sergeant, and then I have a 2-3 and a 2-1. If he implosions this for 3, I'm pretty much screwed. So I think I want... You can trade here for free, basically. But this way I get another sticky minion out and be able to play the Sea Giant. Yeah, I think I just play Shredder. Even if he arguses, this trades here both, so... if he implosions this one, which he might, yeah. He might not kill it if he's lucky like me, but he's not lucky. Yeah, well, this worked out. But at least I can play a Sea Giant now. And I can Argus it, which is even more... yeah. Which should be even more devastating for him. So now I have to do some Sea Giant math. So I played this for 3. So I will play another minion with it. If I play another minion, it's 2. Like, I could do something like this, and then play this for 1. And I could also... like, well, Sylvanas isn't great on this board, obviously. So I could do something like Abusive, but Abusive isn't really appealing on this board either. That's 7, 8 already, so the Sea Giant will most likely die, I guess. I kind of want to kill this one, of course. That's not really easy what to do. I could just mindlessly throw minions on the board. I could also tap and hope that I get an implosion or something. It's not really great. Yeah, I think I'll tap. None of the other minions are. Okay, I can play this for free, basically. This works. If he doesn't trade here, which he might, but he used 1 power overwhelming already, at least. Then I can Argus these 2. Oh boy. Okay, that's efficient. At least it got rid of all his imps, though. Yeah, he has to trade the imps, I think, just because the Squire can take out both of these easily. Which would make my Sylvanas significantly better, because stealing a 1/1 isn't appealing, but... Oh, this is such a good top deck. I mean, the boom dies to these 2 alone, but it will give me a board. I mean, he didn't play a single abusive so far, so... only played 1 implosion, 1 alpha. So there are so many possibilities where you can simply like trade just the flame up away, or just this with a power overwhelming, for example. Needs both, that's good. Okay, I'll probably owl this. Okay. I wish I had another Sea Giant, this would be awesome. I think it's worth owling just to get a board back. I have so many more cards than him, so he'll soon start tapping a lot. I just have to make sure that I have a board that can deal with like a Doomguard or something. So I don't want him... I also want to have more valuable minions for Sylvanas later. I still have both power overwhelming, so I can do something like Sylvanas power overwhelming, just to get a minion if I have to. So I guess what I try to say is my play is something like Owl, Implosion, kill something with Abusive and Boombots, and see what happens. Sounds like a solid plan to me. In this case I will probably Implosion this one, of course. Four is okay, but well, doesn't get it though. Yeah. least killed this one. And then I probably should have enough Argus targets also. Could I have one-shotted the Imp Gang Boss in any way? Not really. So it would have spawned like 2 Imps, more targets for the boomboats, more...
So many
and it also means more trading here and less targets for Argus. I'm quite happy with my decision. I think that's a really good top deck. Although, like, I was tempted to play Juggler Argus now. Like on these two to make it really annoying for him. Might still be the best play. Like, he has to trade here, he has to get something for here, and then I have a 4/4, and But on the other hand, Sylvanas has 2 valuable targets right there. But then I sacrifice my Knife Juggler, which has so much value in these matchups, usually. Oh wow, okay. Does this change anything? I can play this for 4, which means Juggler, Sea Giant. But then again, if I don't hit this, how can I get rid of the Lothab? And this dies too easily, I think. Taunting this up is pretty tempting. But given that I don't clear this turn, he will most likely end up with more minions, so I can probably play both of them next turn. Or hopefully. His Lothab won't die, his egg... Even if his egg dies, it's still a minion. So probably my both taunts die. And will be accompanied by 2 of his minions, at least. There we go. Okay, that's a lot of tokens. So I get a free Sea Giant. Ah, almost. No, well, yeah, it's pretty much free. I'm not sure about the Sylvanas value now, but
I have no time for games.
it's probably good enough, right? Has to be. Okay, he trades here. That's 7. Doomguard Power Whelming would be 9, so 16.
So many possibilities.
Does something change if I trade? That's the question to be asked. He has less attacks, which is good. So I could trade something like here and here, because it also makes his... yeah.
Into the breach.
It doesn't change too much for me, because I still have lethal on the board, and this makes his attacks rather awkward, because he doesn't have a 1 attack minion. And from the board state now, he has 3 attacks this turn. He used 1 power whelming, 2 implosions, so it should be hard to clear these 2 off the board. And even if he can, he already used an owl too, so he probably won't be able to clear, like, to not give me a minion. So I should win this. The only reason to hit face, I think, is I still have a Doomguard in there. So I could charge him even if he somehow clears my board, like random Shadow Flame on this. Okay. But even then I get something from his side. Is he really going to clear this somehow? No. No way. Argus saves him. Oh, okay. Well, this works too, I guess. Okay, so that's 7. So I still have 2 Power Whelmings, 1 Direwolf Alpha, 1 Abusive Sergeant, 1 Doomguard. 1 Argus? 1 Argus. So that's 6 out of 14. Yeah, well, I have to tap anyways, right? But okay. Just wanted to make sure. what my odds are.
Let none survive.
Even if I wouldn't have drawn into lethal, I still had the Sylvanas steal. I could have put him down to 1, so he couldn't even have tapped anymore.
Versus Malfurion. I must protect the wild. Your soul shall be mine.
Okay, so there's the Druid I expected to see. I guess I won't the board won't add up too big, so. And the good thing is I now have 3 BGH targets in the deck. That's my only 3-drop. But it's hard to say. I think I try it. So I haven't played Imp Gang Boss in Zoo, so let's just try how it works out. That's also a pretty good combo with coin though. This hand would be insane going first. It's still good going second,
The light protects me.
of course, but... Well, however, we'll see what happens. So many scenarios. If I play Juggler and he has Wrath, he cannot kill this. If I play Creeper, he's not really inclined to do something with it. And if he has Swipe, I want to coin out the Gang Boss now, so it doesn't kill the Imp Gang Boss, the Imp, and the Squire. Like the turn 4.
So many possibilities.
But my next turn is kind of awkward then.
I
Pretty much given here. If he kills this with hero power now, I at least have 3 damage on the board that threaten him. If he wraths this... Oh, Mill Druid? Really? Wow, that's interesting. I have to be aware of board clears, I guess. However, Implosion seems really good right now, even though a swipe clears my board. So maybe not. Yeah,
So many possibilities.
double juggle seems tempting. Probably Creeper. No real need to taunt something up. Should be dead, right? So Poison Seeds isn't really bad right now. Explosive Sheep or yeah, Pyromancer kind of is. But he needs another spell. Another 2 spells. Maybe he has Innovate. Innovate is a pretty good trigger, I guess. We'll see. I guess I have to save the Implosion to repopulate my board at some point. I can't do anything against Poison Seeds, Explosive Sheep or something.
What?
Well, this kills the Pyro, of course. At least it shouldn't. It should, right? Hey, what? What? Ah. 1 and 2, 1 and 4, 1 and 8, 1 and 16. Of course. Damn it. Would have been 6 more damage to his face this turn. And 2 juggles, so like 8 damage. Okay, well, can't have it all. No, wait. This was 4 nice? Yeah, 116. Bah. At least I won't get card burns, I guess. So it might not be mill? That's weird. Why would you draw cards? I mean, he doesn't have gang up or something. That's really good with the alpha. This doesn't survive, so I would end up with... Yeah, let's do it. Swipe still kills my board though. I need to clear it. There's no way. If he has a swipe, my next turn is super awkward. The next one is okay, but with boom, of course. But he probably runs 2 BGHs also. Why is he drawing so many cards? What the hell? Did I just misinterpret everything? Maybe that's a super control-ish? No. It's 6 now, right? 6 is great. 8-8 into 7-7 seems good. Good. I could play an abusive, but it also dies to a swipe. So I guess I won't. Shredder Alpha or something might be better though. Ah, well. I mean, he has to clear the imps first, otherwise... Like, yeah, well... There's still the hope of... For him to have Poison Seeds Explosive Sheep, I guess. Okay. There's the swipe. And a healing touch. That's interesting. It's for 3, so I guess he doesn't have a big game hunter right now, so this board might give him a headache. And at some point I should try to play all of these because the death rattles are so much worth, so much value, even if he somehow like poison seeds. I feel like I repeat myself. But... Okay, so he plays Nourish to draw cards, he plays Engine of Lore to draw cards. Could like Oracle draw some cards. But on the other hand he mills me with... It's just weird. Force of Nature seems like a very strange card choice too. Maybe he's just stack building. Somehow, I don't know. Okay, let's see, that's...
Time waits for no one.
Wow. Oops. Poor face sucks for him. So that's 7, 9, 10... It was a very weird game.